Welcome to another episode of First Time Leaders Accelerated. Leading people is the most important responsibility in the world, yet 60% of first-time leaders fail. Using my 4 decades of experience for leader development and culture improvement, I launched this podcast to teach you how to prevent this expensive, recurring failure and accelerate the transformation of the right people for the most important responsibility in the world, leading people. This podcast is dedicated to first-time leaders, those of you who hire and promote first-time leaders, and solopreneurs who hire your first people. I'm Timothy Dean Smith, your host and coach. At the end of each month, from January through July, I post bite-sized episodes containing insight you will benefit from immediately for a lifetime. And now, here is your final episode for 2024. Late Sunday afternoon or early Sunday evening, many people start thinking about Monday morning and their return to work. These thoughts reflect their feelings about their work culture. These feelings are usually expressed as either, I've got to go to work, or I get to go to work. Though there's only one letter difference between these two perspectives, the impact is significant. The O in got represents obligation, while the E in get represents excitement. Are you promoting a got to or get to culture? These recurring feelings inspired me to develop contagious performance improvement, the future-proof culture, where people feel appreciated, inspired, and fulfilled. These 3 feelings should be every leader's primary KPIs, and that KPI would stand for keep people inspired. If a leader successfully achieves these KPIs, what I call the secondary KPIs or traditional KPIs, key performance indicators, will naturally occur. Consider how you would perform if you felt genuinely appreciated. For me, it would make a significant difference. As a leader, making this a top priority is essential. Culture is not optional. Every organization has one, and often multiple. When the desired culture doesn't match the actual culture, microcultures often form. This is why some organizations have multiple cultures, which hinders optimal performance, innovation, and adaptability. Culture is defined by its beliefs, values, and supported behaviors. Culture is either created by default or by design. It's your choice. The people, including the leader, embody the culture and the mission. The mission encompasses what and how you perform. Leaders' behaviors shape the culture. Leaders should never assume they understand the state of their culture or that their perspective is shared by their people. It's a common misconception that the leader is solely responsible for the culture. While the leader is accountable, culture is a shared responsibility among all people, including the leader. Improving a culture takes time. According to Cotter and Haskett, authors of Corporate Culture and Performance, it can take 5 to 15 years to improve a culture, depending on the organization's size. The first step in culture improvement is determining the current state of the culture. I believe the best approach is to begin with a culture self-assessment, which differs from a survey. An assessment uses statements rather than questions. A culture self-assessment allows everyone to share their perspectives regarding the current state of the culture and opportunities for improvement. To ensure people feel safe sharing their perspectives, I recommend administering this culture self-assessment old school, using paper and identical pens. This method ensures anonymous participation and honest responses. While it may be slower and slightly more cumbersome, the results will be genuine and unfiltered. Although an automated system may speed up the process, participants will be reluctant to share their true perspectives, defeating the whole purpose of the self-assessment. If you choose to conduct a culture self-assessment, you must be prepared to share the unfiltered results with your people and involve them in developing and implementing the ensuing culture improvement plan. Are you promoting a got to or get to culture? If you find my insight valuable, share this podcast with your friends and colleagues wherever they listen to podcasts. People deserve to be led well. Make your leadership matter. Thank you for listening to the First Time Leaders Accelerated podcast. Take care.